Bonjour. And welcome to the Bound Break. So yeah, just got tennis on. Got blocked for. Can't actually. If you stream the coverage live, you'll get blocked. Well, when I say get blocked, your video will get removed due to copyright. So that's why I just have to stream the wall, which is right next to the TV. But I can't actually show you the TVs here because I'll get as I said, I'll get blocked or get removed. So, but you can hear it. There is music going, but you can hear the TV in the background. I don't think I'll get blocked, will I? For if you can hear the coverage in the background, don't know. Well, just to show you that we are going live. There's Baron. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, very nice, indeed. Okay, so we won't worry about that. I got the Casper. Sure. So yeah, still going for Casper, even though he got knocked out. Knocked out round 1 or round 2. It was even round 1. No, it wasn't round 1. I think it was round 2. But we're still going for Casper. Yes. Very nice. Okay, so we're 2 sets. 2 sets to 1 in favour of Alcaraz, without a T. And in fact, it's 3-1 break. 4th set. Tront, what's the 30 Tront and 15? What's 15? Well, Cumberland Tront is 40-30, so yeah, Tront 30, and whatever 15 is, you work it out. It's not exactly difficult. Oh yeah, so good. The tennis calc, well, yeah, it's just outdated. Don't have the latest predictions. Want to get a new program, or I need to get it programmed. We just need to read in the data, and we could have predictions again, and even do tournament predictions, which I think would be interesting. What's the chances of progressing to a particular round, or winning a particular round, and what's the chances of player A meets player B? So yes, you can do all that, and it's dynamic. You can update as the tournament progresses. I was going to say the indoor hard. Yeah, we don't factor that in the indoor hard courts, or the indoor specifically is actually different to outdoor. So the indoor hard court season, which is played post US leading up to the ATP finals, which of course is indoor hard court. We need to factor that differently to court speed. In other words, I order the court speed from grass, indoor hard court, and clay, because yes, indoor hard I think plays faster than hard court, but it's not the speed per se, it's actually the fact it's indoors, because a Rafa Nadal can't play indoors. He's one-dimensional. We wrote a piece on this, Baron. One-dimensional, only play on clay, and can only play outdoors. He can't play indoors. He won 0 Bagel ATP end-of-year finals, and his record is very low overall match wins on indoor hard court in comparison to hard court. That is a significant differential there. In fact, I could bring it up. I wrote a piece on this anyway. I think it was, but I'll just bring it up again. During the ad break, you need to have commentary, Baron. During ad break, player. Okay, just bringing up a Rafa Nadal now. Into On-Court. Really good software. Well, if you want to get some tennis software, get some On-Court. On-Court. Tennis software. Okay, so we've got Rafa Nadal here. He's won 82% overall. Oh, hang on. Oh, I didn't put in hang on, let me just do it again. Yeah, you've got to put in pre-2017. I don't know why it comes up with that. It should default, but anyway. Okay, if you put in Nadal, why doesn't it come up? There's actually a Tony Nadal. So Tony was his uncle and was also a player. Yeah, kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah. Tony. That's actually Tony with an I, just in case you were going to play off some sort of why not reference. But I's imaginary, so yeah, you work that one out. Okay, so putting in again in a Rafa Nadal. Why isn't it taking so long? Oh, I've got to put Raphael, not Rafa Nadal. Okay, hang on. because the database has to cycle through, although I kind of... Okay, here we go. Rafael Nadal, 217. Okay, so... Okay, here we go. He won 11 52 matches, lost 258, 81% record overall of matches won. Clay, a ridiculous 89% of matches won played on clay. Next, I think, is hardcourt, 79%. And again, carpet's very low because, again, that's indoors. But if we go to grass, but they didn't actually play many matches on carpet anyway. And then 78% grass, which is what you expect. So he plays best on clay. Then the court speed, next would then be hardcourt in terms of court speed, and then grass. But what about indoor hard? He's down at 66% in comparison to hardcourt at 79% and grass 78%. So 66%. And in fact, carpet's even lower at 53%, although the sample size is low. So that just shows you, Rafa Nadal, one-dimensional, exceptional on clay. We're not denying that. 14 French at the end of the day. No one's going to get anywhere near that. But that's played outdoors. When it comes to indoors, well, I don't know. How would he compete on indoor clay? Could be interesting. He won 0 Bangle ATP finals, into the ATP finals, and compared to Djokovic record 7, Roger Federer 6. And also I was going to say there, and yes, so yes, he would not be able to compete. He would not be able to compete. Yes, so how would you compete? Yeah, because Djokovic actually won three French Open titles. I know he beat Nadal at least twice. He beat him 3 times or only twice? But anyway, Djokovic won the 3 French Open titles, and the predictions actually showed that Djokovic, getting towards the end of Rafa Nadal's career, he could actually match. The predictions showed that he could match. Djokovic could match a Rafa Nadal on clay. The predictions were almost pretty much the same. In fact, they could have even been better at some stage. I think they were. Let's bring up the calc. Let's just bring up the calc now, because the calc is outdated, but it would go back to the times when Novak Djokovic was playing Rafa Nadal on clay, and I think he caught up. So Djokovic was just dominating all 3 surfaces: grass, hardcourt, and clay, even against Rafa Nadal. But he couldn't beat COVID, of course. Inappropriate comment, Baron. Okay, so bring up the tennis juice on the clay. And I'm just going to bring in Rafa Nadal into the picture. Okay, it's still... Alcaraz, Shelton, 4-2, 4th set. Hang on, just got to... Okay, just bring it up now. Here we go. Rafa Nadal, Djokovic, clay. Here we go. 65. Oh, is it right? Yeah, 65.7% Novak Djokovic against Rafa Nadal on clay. Just got to make sure I don't get the... Although the tennis is in the moment. Here we go. There it is there. 65.7% Novak Djokovic. I've got Novak Djokovic as the second player there. Rafa Nadal on clay. And that would have been, of course... No, Nadal wasn't dominating the French Open at that stage. That's when Djokovic was winning. He won 3, and he won the 2 kind of late, or probably the 3 anyway, and beat Rafa Nadal twice anyway to win the French. I don't know, did beat him 3 times possibly. If you look at hardcourt, well, it's just going to be a dominance, of course, 86.9%. And then you look at the grass, 84.6. I mean, Djokovic won the 7 Wimbledons. Pete Sampras 7. William Renshaw, interestingly, 7. Won 6 consecutive Wimbledons. But of course, yes, Roger Federer and 8 Wimbledons. And then if we go to the indoor hardcourt, well, it's 95.9%. But again, the predictions is not factoring that in, so it's probably more like, could even be 98%. That is a weakness of a Rafa Nadal playing indoors. He cannot compete indoors or indoor hard, but it's not the surface, it's the indoors itself. We know that because he plays, well, he won the 4 US Opens. He can play on hard court, there's no problem there. But the indoor hard, and of course, yes, he can play the clay, but it needs to be outdoor clay. That is why he's one-dimensional. And that's why if he was to take up pottery, which I think he should, he needs to be performing the pottery outdoors against the Casper Ruud because of the movie Ghost. And Casper was a friendly ghost, as you can see by the T-shirt Baron, and that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Novak Djokovic, a Rafa Nadal, the Casper Ruud pottery, both, I don't know, maybe indoors and outdoors. Could be interesting. Yes. Anyway, we wrote a piece on that. Read the piece. Baron's latest piece. And back to the tennis. Although I can't film a tennis because I'll get blocked. So all we can do is just talk about it, talk about the calc, but we can't actually watch the tennis, or I can't stream the tennis because I get blocked for copyright reasons, obviously. Okay. Oh yes, so as you can see, yes, made that post earlier today. And yes, staying in room 406. They're staying in room 406 just to show you guys. Ooh. FBI. Something silly. 406. There we go. Staying in 406. Why 406? Well, okay, so let's take the 0. 0 represents tennis or love. Represents love, as in the tennis. 4 or formi. Formi is ant. Is the French word for ant. Formi. Is it just form or formi? I don't know. It may actually just be forum rather than formi. I don't know. But anyway, formi. And it is spelled F-O-U-R, so you do get the number 4. And so we're saying 406. So now the equivalent of the number 4 to English has to be 6 because they're in 6. They've got 6 legs. And of course 6 is a perfect number. So you get the 406, which Baron is staying at. So I don't know, maybe stay here. It's the sports hostel. Never stayed in a sports hostel. They've got paddle. Of course they've got paddle. It's a hostel. No, they've got paddle tennis. They've got squash. They've got badminton. You can do an RPM cycle class. I think there's yoga, but I don't know. I don't think anyone's doing the yoga. And they've also got an indoor rock climbing. So I don't know. Come on down if you're in Paris. Don't go to Joe and Joe's. It's probably the worst hostel Baron's ever stayed at. And they kept sending me some review forms, wanting me to give feedback. I didn't give any feedback. I just thought, well, you know, at the end of the day, if they can't recognise their problems, well, if they need the feedback to recognise their problems, there's obviously an issue there. So don't stay in John Joe's. Stay at USBA Sports Hostel, downtown Paris. No, it's a bit out of town actually, but I don't know. It's on the train line anyway, easy to get to, and try and get 406. 406 because of the ant reference itself, and play some paddle. Okay. And I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, that was great. Ooh. Ooh.